Yeah, a little half chance down the left side. But get the job done.
Highs and lows.
For Celtic, she dives over.
Time off, please.
The Olympics are full of the highest of highs and the lowest of lows.
Potential victory or depressing defeat, setback or comeback. All these have been experienced by America's newly crowned Queen of Rugby, Alona Maher. After the crushing blow of defeat in the Tokyo 21 Olympics, Alona Maher had a difficult decision before her: give up or stand up and continue her quest for Olympic podium for another 4 long years.
The Olympics, where dreams go to die.
Fortunately, Alona's resolve to chase her Olympic dream only strengthened, and en route, she has taken rugby sevens by storm. So join us as we focus on the career of this American rugby star. Now, some athletes are destined to achieve success, no matter the sport they pursue. One thinks of a celebrity like LeBron James, glaringly obvious that his specific profile and prowess would bode well in any sporting endeavour. The sentiment is the same for the Queen of American Rugby, and we'll get to that shortly. The rise of Alona Maher has been so rapid that she's not only putting American rugby on the map, but rather the entire women's game. The United States of America is a country rich in sporting history and synonymous with producing megastar after megastar. For decades, the argument has been prevalent that should the US funnel their best athletes into rugby, they would undoubtedly excel. Now, given the amount of world-class athletes the US produces and the small percentages of those who make it, within the more popular sports, an avenue has been created that allows athletes to pursue other sports, in this case rugby, and do well. Rugby has, for most of its existence, been a male-dominated sport, with the women's game limited to but a small niche. However, thanks to a few influences of the women's game, the landscape is changing in a hurry. So talented are the likes of Charlotte Caslick, Chloe Daniels and Portia Woodman that the world can no longer ignore their skill on the rugby pitch and their influence off it. Joining those names more recently is the lady of the moment, Alona Maher. Maher has entered a stratosphere of popularity few players in either the men's or women's game have reached. In fact, and this may surprise those that have only followed the men's game up until this point, when it comes to online presence and social media following, she dwarfs the best players in either code. Maher has amassed an incredible following of 3.6 million people on Instagram and is a TikTok sensation. If we compare that to some of the biggest names in the sport, double World Cup winner and Springbok captain Siya Kolisi has a following of 1.3 million, and recent Olympic men's gold medalist Anton Dupont has 1 million followers. Alona has proven herself to be more than just a rugby player, using her influence and likeable attitude to be the flag bearer for the women's game and an inspiration to many young girls around the world.
Actually, most of my followers aren't, I would even say, rugby players. Like, a lot of my followers are female rowers, are volleyball players, even field hockey players. Like, it's all very different, so it's kind of cool to see that my fan base isn't just rugby.
Born on the 12th of August 1996 in Vermont, her father played rugby in college, but this didn't influence a young Alona Maher to pick up the game early on. Instead, she took part in other sports more synonymous with America, such as hockey and basketball. Fortunately for all of us rugby fans, she would decide to try her hand at rugby at the age of 17, and the rest, as they say, is history.
So I went and I tried out rugby, and it just immediately clicked in my first game. I made some tries, I made some tackles, and it was like, oh, this is the sport for me. I just felt like my body was made for it.
A natural athlete who would otherwise have excelled in any sporting code, as mentioned earlier, Maher's talents were recognised while playing for Quinnipiac University, where she won 3 National Intercollegiate Rugby Association titles and won the Player of the Year award. It was not long after that she found herself breaking into the USA Sevens team, making a debut against France. It didn't take long for her to cement her spot on the team, and become indispensable to the American cause. In her first full season, she scored 14 tries during the World 7 Series and carried the US on her shoulders to a best ever second place finish. An Olympic debut soon followed at the 2020 Games in Tokyo, where she would score 3 tries but disappointingly not medal, finishing 6th overall. Despite the heartache of a 6th place finish, Maher found success in a different, almost unexpected way for a rugby player. She would go viral and became one of the most popular stars of the Olympics in social media terms.
So showing their personalities, I think that's why people resonated with me. Like, they saw my personality, they loved me. Okay, let me tune into this rugby game, and then they ended up watching, these sevens. So I think there's more to be done.
And it wouldn't end there. Maher went on to play wing for the USA 15 side in 2021. With her sights set on the 2024 Olympics, she hoped to use her newfound fame to promote the women's game and take her team to the very top. Looking to improve on the 6th place finish of the Tokyo Olympics, Alona was certain that her team would be more successful in the City of Love. Under the commanding presence of the Eiffel Tower, she took to the field looking to inspire once more, and inspire she did. Impressing with more tries, 3 to be exact, the US found themselves heading on a collision course to the semi-finals for a mouth-watering clash with rugby's perennial superpower in both the men and women's game, New Zealand. Up until this point, they had made light work of both Brazil and Japan, winning 24-5 and 36-7 respectively on day 1. Day 2 carried a mixed bag of results, as they would topple Great Britain by 17 points to 7, but lose to France by 31 points to 14. Despite the loss, a semi-final berth was on the cards. Maher and her side would suffer a bitterly disappointing loss to eventual gold medalist New Zealand by 24 points to 12. Despite her dream of winning gold being shattered, Maher had little time to regroup and pull her team together for one last chance at the podium. In rugby terms, there is no worse game to play than the 3rd and 4th playoff, especially while still nursing the wounds of a hard-fought semi-final. However, the Olympics is different to the World 7 Series or a World Cup. At the Olympics, a medal, no matter the colour, is seen as being an incredible achievement, and this is evident by the smiles of those who managed to get a spot on the podium. With millions watching around the world, Alona starred in a nail-biting 14 points to 12 win over the much-fancied Australia to book their spot on the podium and leave Paris with a well-deserved bronze medal. In the process of beating Australia, who have won every major sevens title over the past 8 years, the US earned their first medal in women's rugby at the Olympics, making history. It takes a special person and a special group to rally after a tragic disappointment, to pick themselves up by the bootstraps when every indication suggests they should accept defeat and lay low. The US women's 7 side did exactly that and can be so very proud of the impact they've had on the women's game and rugby in America. Alona has once again taken full advantage of her situation as an Olympic athlete and continued to grow in fame. She's become a role model and a positive influence on those all around the world. Young girls look up to her for more than just her sporting ability, but for her message and humour as well. She's been an advocate for body positivity and also advocates that women deserve a space within the game of rugby.
Is that I just wish girls and boys look around and see that so many body types, so many people, so many sizes can be Olympians and can be great, and it's not just one. And
This advocacy, along with her TikTok popularity, has garnered sponsors and brand endorsements with the likes of L'Oreal and Secret. Not satisfied with simply social media presence, Maher delivered a TEDx talk in 2022. Alona has made a name for herself both on and off the field, and is a shining example to all who follow her, that no matter who you are, success is a possibility with hard work and determination. her popularity has brought more attention to the US cause. Recently, influential businesswoman Michelle Kang made a pledge of $4 million to the USA women's sevens side over the next 4 years. This will exponentially enhance their preparation for the 2028 Olympics on home soil at Los Angeles. Although rugby has been perceived as a masculine sport, Alona has shown that she's still able to express her femininity on the field. She's laid some very important groundwork for young girls around the world who will want to follow in her footsteps and pick up a rugby ball. The sky is truly the limit for this bubbly young star, and it seems a certainty that her name in rugby is here to stay. The only question that remains is, how much further can she take this? Well, from all of us here at Clutch Rugby, we look forward to seeing Alona continue her growth both on and off the field, and will certainly be amongst the 3.6 million followers cheering her on in the future. Now, we'd love to hear your thoughts on the rise of Alona Maher and what you'd like to see from her next. Leave your comments down below, like and hit that subscribe button for plenty more exciting rugby content to come. And as always, thanks for watching, and we hope to see you on the next one.